is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. Today we're going to talk about a hot topic that has been fun to watch, fun to see, but at the same time, it is reality that this team has a chance, and they're the number one team in the Western Conference. It's the Golden State Warriors. They have a chance to do something very special this year. I definitely want to see how many games they win this year. Can they finish atop the West? Obviously, Houston had the number one seed last year. The West got some teams got hit in the West, and some teams at the bottom got better. So it brings out the best in you. I told you guys that the Golden State Warriors had to have a different mindset coming into this year because the talent level has increased this year, and it's harder to win because there's more teams that can play and more teams that have better coaching and teams have better talent, meaning that the Warriors will have to do more if they really wanted to win a lot of games this year and finish atop the West. Yeah, Houston not the same. OKC not the same. The Spurs not the same. But a lot of them teams are still very competitive, and they still have players you have to watch. Everybody in the NBA can play, whether you respect them or not. That's your choice. But I have respect for mostly every player in the league, and I know a lot of players in the league because I do love the game of basketball. But one thing I told you guys in my predicting for MVP, the only way that Steph Curry and Kevin Durant can win MVP is that they're going to have to put up numbers. Now, we already know that they're going to be one of the best teams record-wise because they have some of the best talent we have ever seen in a starting lineup and just in general. But at the same time, Steph Curry and Kevin Durant numbers have been solid. Obviously, they're better than other people's numbers, but they haven't been MVP numbers since they joined together. And that has been the biggest thing. It has been players that have been able to put out incredible performances, have won the MVP the last couple years, like KD, like Steph, like James Harden, Russell, and even Derrick Rose. The only person that was an anomaly was Russell because he didn't win enough games compared to the other guys that won the MVP the last 10 years. Even LeBron won a couple, but he was the number one team in the East a couple of those times when he won the MVP. So at the end of the day, the MVP is realistic right now for the Warriors. I feel like Steph Curry and KD, if they continue to play like this and they continue to win at a high level, I think one of them could win MVP. The problem is, will they win MVP? It's early in the season. It's very early. And DeMarcus Cousins hasn't even played a game yet. He hasn't even came back. Obviously, he's going to take some touches. He's going to get a lot more shots. He's going to help him on a rebound, and he's going to help create passes because he is a guy that is a great passer for a big man, and he's going to also take up shots. Draymond Green already has lost a lot of shots since Kevin Durant has come. I think that their numbers definitely will come back down to earth when Clay start getting more hot. One of the reasons why they have been taking over more is because their bench is a little thin, but on top of that, offensively, Draymond and Clay haven't been hitting it on all cylinders like they have been the last couple years. But Draymond, I think he been declining the last 3 years, especially when they got Kevin Durant. And I think Clay, even last year, got off to a mediocre start, but he was able to have an all-star season by the end of the season. So we just seen Klay Thompson go for 52 points. That lets you know that he still can shoot. He's still going to be dominant. He just has to continue to get in rhythm, and he has to have a healthy diet of shots. And if he has that, then to me, Klay Thompson is just going to be fine because he's an all-star for a reason. He's been a multiple-time All-NBA player, plus he still is a great defender. He can be better defensively, but he still shows a lot of effort, a lot of fighting. He's not scared to guard the best player, and he's been doing that for years. But he has been off in the beginning of the last 2 seasons since they got Kevin Durant. It has thrown his timing and his rhythm off. He erupted for 52 points, but that was only one game. He's been bad ever since then. Um, but one thing I would definitely say is if Steph Curry and Kevin Durant can continue to give you 28 to 30 points a game for the rest of the season, even if DeMarcus comes back, I think they definitely going to have an argument for MVP. I thought that they wouldn't even be in the conversation for MVP, but I didn't think that they would play like this in the beginning. I thought they'd give you 25, 26 points a game, but I didn't see both of them averaging 28 to 30 points a game. But like I said, it is still a long season. It's not like they're doing this at the end of the season or they're doing this the whole season. We have to still see how they perform and how they approach the season as it continues to go on. But like I said, I do kind of see how they can win the MVP because they are going to need these guys to do much more because of the bench and because the fact that the talent is more deeper. Like they barely been winning a lot of these games. Teams been running up the score on them. Teams been scoring a lot of points. Teams been staying in games with this Warriors team. And if teams continue to compete and continue to push this Warrior team, they're going to need great performances out of those three: Clay and Steph and KD. They're going to need those type of performances to win games if teams going to continue to execute against their defense and continue to push them to continue to attack them. If that does continue to happen, then I don't see why Steph and KD can't average more points. If they need to do more to win, whether it's passing, rebounding, and scoring, if that's what they have to do to win, and that's what Steve Kerr wants them to do, especially because Klay Thompson has been struggling besides yesterday, they're going to have to put up those numbers. And DeMarcus Cousins might not come back into next year. And if he does, that gives them more ammo to take more shots because they don't really have to, you know, coexist with DeMarcus right away because he's not going to play over half the season. Because when you're in February, you're basically halfway done with the season. And if they can just have some way similar to what they did in the beginning, they probably can be MVP candidates if they can continue to keep this up. So I never thought that could happen. I thought it was Steph and KD and Clay and Draymond on the same team. I don't think Kevin Durant or Steph Curry will win another MVP. But I also didn't see the West getting this much stronger. And now I can see why they will have to do more to win games. And that does push them and thrust them into the MVP conversation. So I think it's interesting. I think it's fun. It's exciting. They're going out there, crossing people up, putting on shows, but they also getting a little bit too happy, a little bit too cocky. But you can't really hate them. You can't really hate on them because they're going out there and doing that against everybody, and they have the number one team in the West. They're not the number one team in the NBA because the Bucks haven't lost yet. But once the Bucks lose, and the Warriors can continue to win, and if they can hold that number one seed in the NBA or even in the Western Conference, and KD and Steph continue to put up the numbers they're putting up this year, they definitely gonna have a legitimate shot, and they will win the MVP. Because to me, the only 5 MVP candidates I have is KD, Steph, Giannis, Kawhi Leonard, and even guys like LeBron and other guys like that has been able to put up some decent stats on this roster. I mean, on the NBA, and the fact that Anthony Davis, his team has got off to a good start. You have to put him in that conversation. James Harden and them have to win more games before he enters into that conversation as an MVP. Yeah, his numbers are great, but the team isn't winning, so I can't really put him in that conversation. I think DeMar DeRozan is helping his case by getting the assists while also getting 25 to 30 points a game. So I think he's going to be in that conversation. And you got to think about it. The Spurs are above 500 and they have a decent record at this point. But can they win enough games for DeMar DeRozan to win that MVP compared to the Warriors and the Raptors and obviously the Bucks? That's going to be the difference for DeMar DeRozan winning the MVP. Can he put up enough numbers? Yes, but can he win enough games to compete against the Bucks, against the Raptors, against the Warriors? And that's something that we don't know, and that's something that will be questioned if he really does get in that MVP conversation like I have him in there. Other than that, the Warriors, the Bucks, and the Raptors, I think winning wise, they'll be fine. And I think Giannis, if he can really push this team to be a top 2 seed in the East, or even a 50-win team in the East, that's just only gonna help his case because he's already putting up the numbers. So if Steph and KD really want to win MVP again, they're gonna have to play like they're playing now for a whole season and not really have significant missing time and injuries. Last year they put up great numbers, but they missed a lot of games because injuries. This year they're gonna need them. They're gonna need them to do more, and if they can continue to do more, then they're gonna be in that MVP conversation. And if they continue to win, that's only going to help their case for MVP. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Steph and KD can win MVP? Do you think Steph going to win the MVP? Do you think it'll go to KD because he's more of a better all-around player? Or do you think that if they win and Steph Curry can continue to put up 30, he's going to win it? At the end of the day, they still trying to win games. They're still trying to dominate their opponent. They're still trying to go out there and play team basketball. But Steph and KD has been the ones that stand out the most, and that's why they're entering into that MVP conversation right now. But at the same time, all I gotta say is it's a long season. Things can happen. Players can get better. Trades can happen, and it can change the alter of this MVP conversation that we having right now, including injuries too can happen. So as of right now, I think Steph and KD is in that top three for MVP under people like Kawhi and Giannis because they have to do more too. Plus they're winning games, so that's what they're competing against. But right now, Steph and KD doing more too, and they're winning games. So I didn't really expect that going into the season. So let me know what you guys think. Who's your MVP in the comment section below? Can Steph or KD win it? Also, check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description. And in the comment section below, check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Like on Facebook to show support. Also, check out my Spreadshirt. There you can find t-shirts, hoodies, sweaters, but even accessories like cell phone cases, pillowcases, even random things like mouse pads and also water bottles are all available on my Spreadshirt. Thanks for supporting the Spreadshirt. Thanks for supporting the t-shirts. And also thanks for subscribing and watching my old content. I work hard. I study the game. I watch the game. But I also enjoy making these videos. I love doing this. You guys love watching them. Y'all love clicking them. And y'all enjoy watching them. And if you're new to the channel, I have breakdowns, videos, and everything. I think you'll like the content that I offer. Plus, I do videos every day to the best of my ability. And also binge watch my old content, whether it's the pre-season awards or even predicting what's gonna happen in the season. Let me know what you guys think. Quindy W20, I'm gone. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Basketball analysis, I'm gone.